Hi, you guys. Welcome back to Meaningful Motivations with Tracy Erickson. And of course, if you are new to this channel, welcome. My name is Tracy Erickson, and this is yet another video about the aura. But this time, I'm going to talk about how healing can take place using spiritually guided life force energy. So stay tuned. For thousands of years, humans have used multiple different techniques of laying on hands to promote healing, relaxation, and stress reduction. And Reiki is a form of laying on hands, which was actually discovered by Mikao Usui in March of 1922. So Reiki is a Japanese technique of the laying of hands. The Japanese word Reiki comes from two words, rei, meaning universal, and ki, meaning life energy. So together, it means universal life energy. But because this word is derived from Japanese kanji, that is a system of Japanese writing which uses Chinese characters, which are like little images that can be interpreted. So the actual meaning of rei is a little deeper than just simply meaning universal, meaning that it pervades all things, meaning that it can affect any person, place, or thing in any timeline. But with the word Reiki coming from kanji, let's go ahead and take a look at the image of the word and learn a little bit about what Reiki really means. The first and second degree Reiki manual through the International Center of Reiki Training explains the kanji for Reiki as follows. As you can see, the kanji for rei is composed of three sections. The upper section portrays clouds, and its meaning has to do with the heavens. In this case, the spiritual realms are represented, and more specifically, those higher areas of consciousness that are beyond the ego. This area goes by various names, such as spiritual consciousness, the universal mind, God, the supreme being, the third heaven, and so forth. It is out of these realms that creativity, genius, miraculous experiences, and spiritual healing originate. The lower section of rei represents the earth and portrays layers of soil and stone. The middle section of the figure, which is composed of three rounded squares, represents three aspects of a human being: body, mind, and spirit. More specifically, this section represents the healer, who is located between heaven and earth and acts like a bridge to bring the wisdom, guidance, and healing of heaven down to the people and living things of the earth. Now, the second half of the kanji character for Reiki represents the ki. Now, ki in Japanese is the same thing as chi in Chinese, or ti or ki in Hawaiian, prana in Sanskrit, or a biofield, energy field or biofield in the scientific realms. So this ki is the life force energy, or the vital energy that pervades all living things and animates them. While something is alive, the ki is flowing through them. And when death occurs in the physical, the ki then leaves them. And in the manual, it says that the kanji for ki contains a cross with emanating lines. It is said that this part of the figure represents the steam above a pot of boiling rice. The steam represents the spiritual, life-enhancing properties of rice. Ki is the primary energy for our emotions, thoughts, and our spiritual life. The Japanese believe that ki expresses itself in many different ways. There is the original healthy ki, which the Reiki practitioners would call genkai. And there is the unhealthy ki, which is called byoki. In my first video, What is the Aura? I told you guys about the biosyn scanning that I perform when I run my hands through the aura of my client to feel any disruption in the energy flow. And if a disruption is felt, that is the byoki that I like to focus the Reiki energy on so that it can be cleansed and brought back to the healthy state of genkai, the healthy, unaltered ki. According to the Japanese, there are many other ways that ki can be expressed, such as ki ga shimazu, which is disappointment, ki no haie, which is excitement, ki ga omoi is depression, ki no oki is generosity, and so on. Your life force energy, or your ki, is determined by your thoughts and emotions. So when you have good, positive thoughts, then you are increasing the flow of the ki, which is giving you genkai, the good, healthy ki. Now, if you have negative thoughts and emotions, especially if they get lodged in your subconscious by repeated use, by repeated thoughts of the same nature, then that becomes byoki, which is the unhealthy or bad ki, which is causing blockages and disruption in the flow of your being and the flow of the life energy. So basically, ki, or the life force energy, can be expressed in many different ways, but Reiki specifically is a special kind of ki because this energy, or life force energy, is spiritually guided because it's Reiki. So when you are a Reiki practitioner, you are not the one guiding this energy to be used for healing, but the practitioner is simply a channel for this energy to flow through because the energy itself goes exactly where it is needed the most. Now, if a person has built up enough byoki or unhealthy ki that then attaches to the organs and tissues of the body, that must be released if you do not want to have illness and disease in your physical body. So what Reiki, or spiritually guided life force energy, does is it can be channeled through the practitioner into the client to dissolve that byoki and replace it with genkai, or healthy ki. When giving Reiki, the practitioner does not have to direct this energy to specific areas. The Reiki will simply flow through the hands of the practitioner and is spiritually guided to where it is needed the most. And now, Reiki, since it has its own intelligence and wisdom from a spiritual source, can actually never do harm to you. So it's never a question of if Reiki is the right thing to do, because Reiki will never do harm. So even if you are receiving Reiki simply for stress reduction or relaxation, that's still going to lead to more of the genkai, or healthy ki, flowing through your aura and physical body because it is spiritually guided. Now, because the Reiki is spiritually guided life force energy, it never actually depletes the practitioner. So for instance, when I'm giving Reiki to someone, it is not depleting my own vital energy. The Reiki is coming in through the crown chakra and out through the minor chakras in the palms of the hands. So that is why it's a technique for laying on the hands. So generally speaking, the Reiki is going to flow either where you are placing your hands, or it will be intelligently directed on its own to exactly where it is needed the most within the being that is being treated with the Reiki. The coolest part about Reiki, in my opinion, is that anyone can learn Reiki. Reiki is actually passed on from the teacher to the student through a process that is called attunement. So once you become attuned to the Reiki energy, there's really nothing you need to learn or do. It doesn't take a specific talent or a specific level of intelligence by the practitioner. The Reiki just is. So once you've attuned your mind and body and spirit to this Reiki energy, it naturally flows through you. In fact, all I need to do is say the word Reiki, like I've been doing through this whole video, and my hands begin to pulse or tingle. And the Reiki is just flowing because I'm simply thinking about it. When one becomes attuned to the Reiki energy, a cleansing begins to take place, not only physically, but also spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. So for instance, when I became attuned to the Reiki, the first and second degree Reiki attunements, I actually got really bad migraines almost immediately, not like right away, but within that same day. But it turns out that once you become attuned to the Reiki energy, it starts working on you, the practitioner, immediately. So this uncomfortable feeling you may get, such as migraines, nausea, possible heightened emotions like anxiety and things like that, those begin to subside after the Reiki has been flowing through you. So the Reiki attunement itself cleanses the practitioner, mind, body, and spirit. And you begin to experience your emotions differently. You begin to experience your consciousness differently. And you begin to extend your compassion to every living thing. Not everyone who becomes attuned to Reiki experiences this release of toxic emotions and just toxins from the physical body. So if it doesn't happen, that does not mean that the attunement has not taken place. But if you do have physical symptoms or even heightened emotions after becoming attuned to the Reiki, that is just confirmation that within you, the practitioner, a healing is taking place. So Reiki and other psychic healing modalities are very important in the health of the mind, body, and spirit. But it's also important to note that when you're healing through your aura, sometimes it takes time. So a lot of people go to a Reiki practitioner expecting some type of miraculous experience, which does happen from time to time. And I've been part of that experience. But usually Reiki works through you over time. And it's important to give it a few sessions for you to realize the true benefits of the Reiki healing that you are receiving. So in the end, even if you're not a Reiki practitioner and have never experienced a Reiki healing session, I just want you guys to remember the main point here. And that is that the health of the physical body is determined by the health of the ki that is flowing through you. And if your body has illness or disease, then it is likely that there's some kind of bioki or unhealthy energy that is causing some kind of disruption in the flow of the energy. So if you're experiencing some kind of disruption in the flow, you can take control of the situation by taking control of your thoughts, your attitudes, and your emotions. Well, that about wraps it up for this video. So if you like this video, be sure to click that like button and feel free to share this video with all your friends out there. And of course, if you're a viewer but not yet a subscriber, I would love for you to click subscribe down below. And once you have subscribed, you can turn on the notifications bell if you want to be notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching and spending your time with me. I love you. And I'll see you next time. Bye.